Good morning, Irish Coffee fans, and happy Friday. We'll kick it off today with U.S. news. Protests have erupted in various cities across the country in response to the second shooting death of an African American male by law enforcement just this week. We spoke yesterday about the brutal murder of Alton Sterling, the 37-year-old Louisiana man whom police violently tackled to the ground and then shot at point-blank range. After a cell phone video of the incident garnered national attention, another altercation from Minnesota has sparked outrage. Philandro Castile was pulled over for driving with a busted taillight. He revealed to the officer that he had a concealed carry permit and had a weapon in the car. When the officer asked for his license and registration, Castile reached into his pocket for his wallet and was then shot 4 times. His fiancée live-streamed the entire incident to Facebook, capturing the graphic scene with her 4-year-old daughter horrified in the back seat of the car. Now, thousands of protesters have organized in nearly 10 cities across the country against police brutality toward black males. While most of the demonstrations have been fairly peaceful, 4 police officers are dead and as many as 11 are injured after being shot by a sniper at a Dallas event last night. The San Diego Police Department is on the hunt for a suspect responsible for vicious attacks on the city's homeless population over the past week. There have been 4 assaults on sleeping homeless individuals, and in 2 cases, victims were set on fire. 2 of the victims have died, and the other 2 remain hospitalized. Of those 2, 1 is not expected to live. The suspect has been described as a white male in his 40s or 50s after witnesses saw him run from a burning body with a gas can in hand. Moving on over to world news. While France hardly ever wins at anything, they now have something to brag about. As Brexit fears depreciated the value of the British pound, pulling it to its lowest levels against the euro since 2013, France has surpassed Britain to become the world's 5th largest economy according to GDP. And because men can never pull out properly, Britain will have a female prime minister to guide the country through the turmoil of the Brexit vote. Home Affairs Secretary Theresa May and Energy Minister Andrea Leadsom are the remaining 2 candidates in the race to lead the Conservative Party and the entirety of Britain. May, who backed the Remain campaign, is currently the frontrunner, while Leadsom, who took a leading role in the Leave movement, is a relatively unknown politician and underdog. It's worth noting that both are strong Eurosceptics. And regardless of who wins, Britain will have its first female prime minister since Margaret Thatcher, who left office in 1990. The winner will be announced September 9th. For elections, Donald Trump met with over 215 Republicans from the House and a number from the Senate in meetings on Capitol Hill yesterday in an attempt to diminish the party's general skepticism toward him as their presumptive presidential nominee. While he was able to win over some, many remain convinced that his racially incendiary comments are not in line with their core beliefs. A significant victory for Trump was securing Ted Cruz's commitment to speak at the GOP convention, which will certainly allow Trump to garner favor from many of the far-right Cruz supporters. And according to the Wall Street Journal, rank-and-file Republicans who had never met Mr. Trump before were impressed by his political skills. On the other hand, however, Trump faced sharp criticisms over his immigration proposals and disparaging comments about an American-born judge of Mexican heritage. If you thought Hillary Clinton was finally done with her lingering email scandal after FBI Director James Comey announced that he would not be recommending charges be pressed against her in the mishandling of classified government materials, you can think again. After suspending its probe into the scandal to allow the Justice Department to conduct its own analysis, the State Department has reopened its investigation. They will determine whether or not government employees involved in the careless use of Hillary's private email server will receive disciplinary action. Former employees at fault may also have notes placed in their files to hinder future employment. And for sports, Serena Williams has qualified for her career 9th Wimbledon final. She's only 1 victory shy of the Open-era record of 22 Grand Slam singles titles, so winning in England would be monumental for her and the tennis community. And last but not least, for your culture update, Marvel Comics has announced that the new Iron Man will be a black woman named Riri Williams, a 15-year-old science phenom enrolled at MIT. The decision for the new character, inspired by a woman from the south side of Chicago who was able to escape gang violence and attend college, has already sparked controversy on the internet among those convinced that only white men belong in superhero comics. We hope you enjoyed your morning news with a kick, and if you did, be sure to share it with your now less informed colleagues and friends. Have a great Friday and an even better weekend, and thanks for tuning in to this edition of Irish Coffee.